Let's move over to the quarterbacks here. And Jay, you and Baker Mayfield pretty good friends.
We are great friends, me, Baker, and Matthew Berry as well. We're also, the three of us are friends.
Is that him
Matthew's
in the picture?
photo.
Yeah, half of my face made it into this one. Half of my face. And what I like is that, well, maybe you did something different, but I feel like I saw it earlier. You tagged me in that one, so people get right. Exactly. And then I don't know what it is, Connor.
Wow, this is a bad trend, Matthew.
Dude, why do people keep cutting me out of photos? So Mike Florio, who I thought I was good with, like I know Jay and I have a thing, but like I thought Florio and I were boys.
And that's a clean crop. You
Then
would never know in a million years you're in
side.
the room.
We did a thing for football. That's the actual photo right there. There you see it. We did this thing for social for Football Night in America. Me, Florio, and Jason, kind of first day at school, whatever. And Florio, for some reason, go back to the tweet, Pete. Florio, for some reason, crops me out of the picture, which he didn't need to. The whole point of his tweet was that he's tall, that he's clear and obvious evidence that he's not 5'3". I'm 6'1".
Right.
I'm between 6 foot and 6'1", and so you see in that photo that we showed earlier, like it shows that Florio's right there.
He could have used you.
He could have used me to make the point. I don't understand. I don't understand why he's out of the blue. He sends a tweet about his height. That one makes no sense to me either.
Yeah,
But
to be honest with you, I don't know where that came from.
But if you're gonna do the tweet, like the photo is me, Garrett, and Florio.
Right.
I thought Florio and I were good.
Picture.
I've helped promote Son of Mine and Father of Mine. His books available now.
There goes that.
ProFootballTalk.com. No, don't. Don't buy them. Yeah.
Forget promoting it. Do not buy.
Burn them, in fact. Please.
Buy them only to send them back.
Amazon return system, very easy. Very easy. They give you a
I
little
haven't
code.
read the books. I'm sure they're great. Mike's a really good writer. But I thought we were boys. And, what's going on? Thank you, Connor.
Okay.
You're the only one who doesn't cut me out of photos.
Yes.
No, we have great pictures at my wedding,
Yes.
and I have kept you in them.
Thank you very much. This is true. This is true. This is why I root for you and Kristen. And
cheer for the demise of me and Mike Florio's respective marriaves.
Pretty much.
That's why I still get to sit at this desk.
Yeah. Tell Sophia that when she wants an upgrade, I can hook her up.
Okay.
I'll wingman for her.
I'll let her know that.
Please do.
I'll let her know that.
Please do.
So quarterbacks. Jay, we get to start with your man, Baker Mayfield. Available in 65% of leagues after he shredded the Commanders for 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't want to make a trend of speaking down to guys that I share photos with on Twitter, but wouldn't overreact too much to this performance against the Commanders secondary, because it may well be the worst in the entire NFL. And the thing about Baker Mayfield is that when he has a clean pocket, his entire career, when he has a clean pocket, he will dice you up, particularly when there is just no resilience on the back end from the Commanders, and he can just chuck it up to Mike Evans. So look, Baker Mayfield, I think he's a very known, established commodity at this point. He is a good NFL quarterback. He is not the elite guy week to week that he was last week. I think you can project with confidence every week what Baker Mayfield's going to do. We're not going to say last week that much, but he's going to be viable in certain matchups.
And by the way, if you lost Jordan Love, you might be in the market for a quarterback. I agree with you, might be his best game of the year, but on the road at Detroit, they're probably going to have to throw to keep up with the Lions. We don't know yet the injury status of Russell Wilson. I feel like that when Wilson comes back, he's going to be the starter.
Yeah.
But for now, Justin Fields is the starter of the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road at Denver. And again, those rushing yards just give you fantasy points. It was an up and down day for Justin Fields, but if you need a quarterback, again, you lost Jordan Love, or I don't think I would want to start Kirk Cousins until I saw it. Like, he looked awful.
He can't move.
He can't
move.
He can't move. Like, Cousins looked terrible. So if I went into the season with Cousins, I would not want to deal with that. So certainly Fields, who had 14 rushing attempts in week number 1. I mean, you remember, Geno had the long run against the Broncos last week as well. Broncos defense didn't inspire a ton of confidence. So Fields is somebody that could be a viable streamer this week.
They'll probably have the ball a lot as well. If you're in a super flex league, a 2-quarterback league, here's a couple targets for you. Sam Darnold, of course, the big week against the Giants. He's got the Niners, Houston, Green Bay, and then the Jets in the London game. But Sam Darnold looks really confident, Jay, in Kevin O'Connell's offense.
He was magnificent agaget the Giants. I understand that the Giants, the perception is their defense isn't great. I think their defense is actually going to be okay longer term.
Fine.
But he was awesome. He didn't even have to use the connection to Justin Jefferson too much, and he was still able to put up a fantasy viable day. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Sam Darnold has a better year than Kirk Cousins based on what they showed in week 1. Don't want to overreact, but certainly think that's in play.
Yeah, definitely within the range of outcomes as well. And because they're playing my Commanders, I do have to mention Sam Darnold. I'm sorry, not Sam Darnold. Daniel Jones. Again, Sam Darnold lit them up in week 1. lit up the Giants, and now the Giants get a revenge, get a better matchup here against my Commanders, who, as you saw with my master thespian acting at the beginning of the show, turning a turnstile defense. I'm all discombobulated. I'm up the chuckle hole. What are you going to do?
And if
anyway,
you need
Daniel Jones might be a viable 2-quarterback team league guy.
If you need a defense, here's a couple that are available out there. Mike McDonald's unit, the Seahawks, looking good. They got the Patriots, which Patriots pull off the upset win, but the offense through the air wasn't doing too much. The Chargers against the Panthers, what more needs to be said about that matchup? And Jacksonville against Deshaun Watson's Browns.
Browns gave up 6 sacks in week number 1. Watson also threw 2 interceptions. So the Jags, who held the Dolphins in check for a while there until they all turned it on there defense as well. Yeah, start whatever defense is against the Panthers. They just look brutal. And it's worth noting that no team had a higher pressure rate in week 1 than Mike McDonald's Seattle Seahawks. So on the road at Jacoby Brissett and the Patriots, that's a nice defense as well. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.